to win the Super Bowl.
I fear, Mr. Sharp, they are less of a lock today than they were last night after the game that I watched. I just believe Antonio Brown is now a lost cause. I believe he's gone over the edge into egomania and cannot be reeled back in. I know that Belichick and Brady are both watch this guys. Mm-hmm. They love to say, okay, watch this. You think we can't? Watch what we can do. I think this is the one player who will test their system to the point that he breaks their system, and that they're going to have to cut bait with him at some point, and that when he doesn't make enough catches, he'll start making waves.
Right.
And when he makes waves, I assume he's on maybe not zero tolerance. Maybe Belichick could give him one slip up, be 7 minutes late to a walkthrough, or miss one altogether. Would he let him go one time?
What about that practice? What about that practice? Don't even come to practice. I'm good. I'm good today.
I don't know. I still can't believe Belichick gave him $10 million because I don't think he needed to give him $10 million. I believe Antonio wanted to try to come there and be a star on the best team. But I believe he's more about starring than winning.
Yes.
Because the key here is, do you really believe he'll just snap his fingers, Antonio, and he'll say, okay, I'm going to be a model citizen for the whole rest of this year, all the way through the Super Bowl? Will he say, okay, I'm good to be a quiet cog? Will he say, I'm going to let them teach me how to be a winning football player?
Right.
The way you were?
Right.
No.
No.
I just don't see it.
Guys don't want to become cogs when they still believe they're in the prime of their career.
Yeah.
Skip, he still believes if he's not the best, he believes he's a top 3 receiver. He, Julio, D-Hop, one of those guys, he feels he's in that mix. Those guys are not, I ain't cog. No. I'm not a tire, I'm an engine. And that's the way he feels.
Yep, okay. So the first bad sign was he posted on Instagram yesterday sort of a caricature of himself sitting on a giant pile of money, greenbacks.
Yeah.
And the caption was, the Patriot way. That's the worst thing. That's the worst message you could send to Coach Belichick right now. That's the first indication of, no, not going to work, right? He's signaling them. He's telegraphing, I got my money, and now I'm your biggest star.
I want to see. Because for the longest time, even when he said if somebody signs him, they're going to have to do things his way. They're going to have to play on his terms. I'm more than a football player. I'm a real person. So if you want to do business with AB, you're going to have to do things AB way. Well, that's the guy right there to put that theory to the test. Now, you say you're going to do things your way. You did things your way in Pittsburgh until they said, you know what? We can't stomach this anymore. Yep. And you tried to do things your way in Oakland. And Oakland let you get away with it. They said, you know what? We're creating a monster that if we let this guy get this guaranteed money, Skip, he might not show up until Sunday. Man, we just got to go ahead and even then, Skip, he issued a heartfelt apology. It was reported that he issued a heartfelt apology.
Oh, true.
Now, $30 million will make you give it a lot of apologies. $30 million will make you do a lot of things. But anyway.
You mean to Oakland?
Yeah, to Oakland.
I thought he apologized to the team.
Yeah, yes. With Derek Carr and some of the captains behind him, supporting him. And then he gets a call from Coach Gruden that night. He releases that on his YouTube channel. And then he celebrates, I'm free. When he learns he's been released.
I know.
I'm free. That's what's in the locker room right now. Skip, there's no such thing in sports as a lock because there's too many things that can go on. First of all, let's start with this guy. He's in that locker room now. And he's just, at any given moment, he had one of those days. Tom didn't throw him but 3 targets, and boom. You know, Josh Gordon, we wish him well, but what we've seen over the last couple of years, Skip, that's still a very likely impossibility.
Yeah.
Now, we don't wish that on him, but we just got to deal with the issues as we see them right now. Tom Brady is 42. He's playing unbelievable. Knock on wood, nothing happens to him, Skip. But you know injuries. Nick Foles, we're going to talk about that, Skip. Just, come on, how many guys got sacked yesterday, Skip? Got right back up and played the next series, the next snap. Well, Nick Foles took a hit, and he's going to be gone at the bare minimum 6 to 8 weeks.
Yep.
Because I had that injury. I had a compound fracture.
Did you?
I missed the last 12 weeks. So
I guess Nick Foles is tougher than you, right?
well, they thought that it would heal quicker if they didn't put a pin. See, I believe they're going to go in and they're going to put a pin in his, maybe put a plate over it. So we'll see how that turns out. Skip, there's too many things, but looking at it from what I just saw yesterday, the one team that can match them offense for offense is Kansas City.
Yep.
Skip, Kansas City's loaded. With those weapons, now, my homeboy ticked me off yesterday because he tried that no-look bull jive. He had Travis Kelce wide open for a touchdown, Skip, and he's looking like this, and he throws it over his head. Why? Skip, look, we practice one-hand catches in practice, but in the game, it called for two hands unless absolutely necessary. There was no reason for him to look this way and throw that way. He could have just looked because Kelce was wide open. That was risky. That's the only team, Skip, I believe, that possesses the firepower offensively. Because at the end of the day, Skip, you can play outstanding defense. Tom Brady's gonna get 20. He's gonna get 24 points. And if you have to go there, that's the bare. You're gonna have to probably get to 27 in order to beat them.
Okay.
Kansas City has that kind of firepower. Now, it'll be without Tyreek for a couple of, but Sammy Watkins is special. Yeah. And lo and behold, guess what? Buffalo couldn't use him, but the Chiefs found a good use for old Shady McCoy. Didn't he look good yesterday, Skip?
He did.
And they got Williams, so they got Kelce. Hartman, even though he didn't have a big day, but you know it's just a matter of time. And Andy, the plays they were coming up with, how they found a way. I'm like, how is Sammy Watkins wide open on a wheel route? Of all the people on the field, Skip, you leave that guy uncovered? But there are no locks because they had a nice little combination, maybe, Skip. But when you bring that guy into the mix,
the team I saw last night looked like a lot to me.
Yeah. But you didn't see the other guy on the field, though, yet.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
They all talked about him, and they're all welcoming him with open arms. And Tom Brady reportedly has asked him or invited him to stay with the Bradys until he finds a place.
No, I got to have I'm getting a metal detector. I'm checking. You got a bug on you.
So now we've seen Antonio violate 3 trusts that you cannot violate. The first one was in the locker room at Kansas City 2016. After a playoff win, he goes Facebook Live, and you can hear Mike Tomlin screaming about those somethings up in New England, right? Remember that?
They got a head start on us.
Yeah, they got a head start on us, so you went live with that.
Right.
And then he posted what was supposed to be a private conversation with his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, and he went live with that on a podcast, really. Yeah. And then, to your point, he even did it to John Gruden the other night. And again, it looked like he just wanted to make it the last straw to make sure he got out of Oakland. But
and you forgot the one with the Steelers, where Art Rooney met him at a hotel, at a private jet terminal,
The airport,
talking about, okay, B, we're gonna move on. Let's just keep this on, because Skip, once he did that, he decreased the Steelers' ability to get something for him. Yeah, I had a great conversation. He's posted, Skip. He's smiling with Art Rooney the second, and then guess what? Yeah, we decided we need to part ways.
Okay. So if he'd gone radio silent yesterday and we just didn't see him post anything, like he's going to just leave social media be for the next 4 or 5 months, it's just who he is.
Yeah, he needs that, Skip.
He's the ultimate self-promoter in this league. Business needs to be booming on social.
People think that alcohol and pills and marijuana and cocaine, Skip, there's another kind of drug that's even worse, called attention.
I agree with that.
That boy has an addiction to attention.
Yep.
It drives him. It feeds him. He needs it.
I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yep.
The social media addiction itself. He's constantly on it.
I believe Gronk is going to try to come back in November or something.
You believe?
I still believe it. And let's just do the hypothetical. He comes back, and N'Keal Harry, the first-round receiver that Bill Belichick has ever taken, and he looked like a flat-out stud in preseason action until he hurt his foot. He's going to come back after 8 games, and that will make them even better. But there's only one football, obviously.
Exactly.
And all of a sudden, I saw last night things that shocked me. I saw Philip Dorsett get deep, and he timed 4.33 coming out of the U, And Antonio timed 4.47. So he's a little
Skip, I
faster.
think he might have been faster than that. I think he made 4.29 in what is.
You know,
Really?
Chris Carter has told me before that he thinks he's more in the 4.2.
Yeah, I think he
Okay.
ran 4.29 at the combine.
That was the first flash of, oh, they're on the same
yeah.
wavelength now. Oh, okay.
He can run.
Okay. So Antonio's obviously a lot quicker than Phillip
Yeah.
is coming out of his cuts.
He's more of a route runner. He's more of a polished receiver than Philip Dorsett.
Okay.
Philip Dorsett does one thing really well: run. And Coach Belichick says, okay, if the guy can just, why are we trying to teach him how to run outs and comebacks? Let's just let him go deep.
Yeah. So did Edelman look like he'd lost a little ounce of quickness last night? Nope. Did you see anything that you didn't like from James White or Burkhead as receivers? Can they catch it? Yeah, they can really catch it and gash
Absolutely.
it, right?
Yep. And Burkhead
Okay.
came in running ball late, gashing them in the run game.
And they found somebody with Jacoby Myers, that kid, and he made a nice catch over the middle where he took a shot, and
Right.
held on. Okay, so you got that. And we talked about Josh Gordon. He doesn't look like he can run the way he used to, but he tries hard, plays hard, runs hard after catch, and Brady loves him.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, they looked like a tour de force last night against a Pittsburgh defense that I thought was going to be decent. Nope.
That's always
He got dismantled.
That's always my hang up with them,
Okay.
Skip, is
All
their
right.
defense.
Okay.
They don't generate
All right.
pressure, and their back end isn't very good.
So now you're going to try to blend AB and his ego into that mix that already looks pretty good and might get Gronk and N'Keal Harry back. I don't know. Then what happens?
I'm still trying to figure out why Tom would invite him to stay, but that's just me. Seems
But
a little
that's Tom,
risky.
you know.
That's just a, you know what I'm saying? Jenny, I'm saying that. You know what, Jenny? You know, I do that a lot. You know, people like, hey, man, we ought to get together. I'm like, man, don't you call me? You know what I'm saying? People, you skip, you know, people say that. Somebody come to your house.
Hey.
Come back again soon.
Come on over.
You can come stay with me.
Good to know. It's not real if it's